Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am GrandMcLegend and welcome back to, World of Droodles Blitz. If you lot are a follower of Droodles and EconomicsMate, you will have found a couple of videos on what they think is the worst tier 10 in the game. And personally, I disagree with both of them. The Waffen F1 was Droodles' opinion on the worst tier 10 in the game. And the Waffen F1, yeah, it has like one of the worst camo values in tier 10 because of just how big it is. And its alpha is like it can destroy a medium tank or a light tank within like one clip usually. If you're high rolling, and if you take up two of them, well, you can take out like almost anything if you focus fire, and it is absolutely ridiculous. So personally, I do not think that the Waffen F1 is the worst tank in tier 10. Then EconomicsMate decided that he would say that the 263 was the worst tank in tier 10. And he did correct himself because the 263 is actually a beast of a vehicle. Do expect a review on that soon, actually. And you also, and then after that, his correction was the Jägeroo, which is a tier 10 German tank destroyer like the Waffen, and he said that it's because it was slow, its reload was long, its camo values were bad, and stuff like that, and that makes it a bad tank. I totally disagree with that. The Jägeroo is one of my favourite tier 10 tanks in this game, and it is a fantastic vehicle when played correctly. And, well, saying that, what is my least favourite tier 10 in the game? Well, if you saw my video a few months ago now, actually, where I discussed the 114 SP2 and how bad my RNG is with this vehicle, you'd think, oh, but you've already made a video and it's the 114. But no, it is not. It is actually, believe it or not, the 183. Now, this is, probably the worst tier 10 in the game. And I was just going through my tanks in here. Now, you might think that the 116F1, the 116F3 or whatever it is, the Chinese tier 10 heavy, and yeah, that is absolutely shit. Like, it is the worst tank in the game by far, but I do not have it, so I'd be pretty biased as to like explaining how I think it's the bad tank in tier 10. So I decided to go with the 183. I'm not going to do the 114 SP2 because you can make it work. It's basically like a worse E100. But the 183, it's like, well, Eco chose the Jägeroo, and the 183 is basically everything it does, but worse. Like, and I'm going to explain that. So yeah, what's his tank like? 1,872 hit points, and you do have 132mm of turret armour and 148 on your hull. You can get troll bounces on this, especially on the gun. It is countless times I have hit the gun on this tank, and it is just absolutely really annoying when you do so. You do also have 49% concealment while stationary, 37 while moving, and 2 upon firing. Now, if you have a look at the Jägeroo, I don't know what the Waffen F1 is, but I'm pretty sure it's on similar levels or just a little bit less than the Jägeroo, something like 4 upon firing. But this has 9. Like, you're 9% less going to be spotted than you were in a 183. So, yeah, that is my explanation for that one. 2,862 hit point, 2,862 DPM, and a 19.9 second reload. Now, yeah, of course that is understandable because of the alpha, the reload being that long, and it also has Hesh. But the Jägeroo has 17 seconds of reload. Now, the Waffen is an autoloader. It does have like a 29-second magazine reload, which is ridiculous. But you do have 1,700 damage in a clip, potentially. 324mm of AP pen, 238 on your Hesh, and 86 on your regular HG. Now, the Jägeroo does not have Hesh, obviously, but it has tungsten rounds. And the HG is really nice on that tank. Like, if you meet a TVP and he's side on, just put on the tungsten and the HE and you're bound to do about 1,200 plus damage to him, which is really nasty. Whereas with the 183, because it is less accurate than the Jaegeru and the F1, well, this one is like more likely going to miss unless you are wise and use the AP instead of the Hesh when you can't pen. So yeah, try and use the AP mainly, and then use the Hesh if it's like a light tank or something with weak hull armor or something like that. 5.2 seconds of aim time, 0.339 dispersion, and you have a semi-traversable turret on this tank with 45 degrees left and right, 5 degrees of gun depression, and a top speed of 38 kilometers an hour. Now, I do prefer to run this amount of Hesh and the AP, but I do also run 3 HE shells for when there is a really low hit point target so I don't bounce or anything. And I also do recommend running calibrated shells on any Hesh tank, and also, yeah, run the improved dispersion. Otherwise, it'll be like, what, 0.4 or something like that, which is absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, do try and choose your equipment wisely, because this tank is not forgiving. But yeah, I think that the 183 is the worst tank in tier 10. It goes without saying. The F1, of course, I am biased because I haven't got it yet. But it is, as far as I can tell, it is a good tank. If you play it correctly and just sit at the back as far as you can, then yeah, you're going to do miracles because it's 1,700 damage every 30 seconds. But this, it's just so hit and miss. Like, I mean, at least on the Waffen you get Reticle Cali, at least on the Jaegeru you get Tungsten, and at least on the Jaegeru you also get armor, so yeah, that is one of the downfalls to this tank. You don't have really anything going for it, you don't have much accuracy. Yeah, it's a bit more, it's a bit accurate for what it is, for sure, but the tank itself, like the gun, is very, very inaccurate, and well, it can be troll. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to wait for this bloody Rinoceronte to go up and try and find this, whatever it was. Was it? It was the concept. Okay, so I might put on my HE here to splash him, because I know I won't be able to pen him all down. I don't think anything is hiding there. So, what I might do is I might go up the middle and try and see if I can hit that 268, I believe, that was in this bush. So, we are just going to... apparently I still had the Hesh loaded, okay. But yeah, that would have missed anyway. So yeah, that is a bad play from me, and I really should have aimed, if I'm honest. So we are being flanked, really, getting really badly flanked actually, and the 260 is on a one-shot, so we do have the Foch coming over, but I think he spotted me. Yeah, so that's why he is not going to decide to come over to me, so we do decide to bleed the Caro for 800 hit points. So, we are just going to put on our adrenaline, and I think this is already going to be a loss because, well, everyone is, like, kind of dying. So, I'm going to try and turn around and get this Caro with the Hesh. And then, actually, we'll hit you with the Hesh instead. 1,200 damage off the VK. Now, we will be able to reload before this guy. So, if I just... he is going to go around the back. I'm going to reverse, and I'm going to splash you, try and splash you with the HE. But the Jaegeru, if you like, you would have bounced at least a few of those shots and be able to get the damage out a lot quicker. And you can see the traverse as well. Like, of course, I was in, like, pretty much the worst position in the game, especially for the 183. Like, I probably should have gone into that bush there, or at the back even. And, yeah, I would have done more than what I did. But the thing is with the 183, you're going to get spotted, you're going to get bled, because you have the most hit points in the game. So, yeah, that was a defeat, obviously, because the Jaegerus are dumb. And, yeah, it definitely proves that the Jaegeru is not the most trustworthy vehicle, especially when they're both on full hit points. And I am going to try and play this tank better this game, because I did get into a pretty poor position at the start, and I probably would have been able to crossfire the flank that was going on the heavy side. So what are we going to do? I'm going to go this side, because that side, the medium side, usually requires gun depression, and I do not have any. This is maximum gun depression here. So I'm going to go heavy side, and it looks like the Sheridan is too, which is really weird and annoying, because then we'll have an E50M flanking us, which is going to be really bad. So, yeah, I'm just going to make my way very, very slowly in this very, very slow tank and see what we can try and kill. So we do have a 263 here, and I'm not... He's gone back into cover, so we won't be able to shoot him. So I'm just going to try and actually make my way into the factory and see if we can get some shots into this Foch here. So if we just put on the Hesh and then see if we can spot this... Oh, there is a concept there. But I want to get this Foch because I'm not being spotted by the concept right now. So I'm just going to get a lovely shot onto that Foch. 1,300 hit points gone off him. And he is now a one-shot. So... would you be able to do that in a Jaegeroo? No. You would not have been able to HE him. You would not have been able to do 1.3k damage. And yeah, the aim time's poor. It took me ages to aim in on a massive Foch, but it's just really nice, honestly. Now, I'm just going to try and kill this Foch here because he is... oh my god, what the heck. So yeah, that was really troll actually. But yeah, the Foch does get killed, and the concept is going to also get killed by the Yo. So nice double kill from him. And we do have a T-57 here, and I am actually going to try and get a shot into him with some lovely Hesh. Okay, lovely. So yeah, this is definitely proving that the 183 is one of the worst tanks in tier 10. That was fully aimed onto his gun mantlet, well not a gun mantlet, but a heshable place on his turret, and it bounced. Like, okay, that makes sense. Welcome to WotB Blitz, where everything is fair and balanced, and we do have an E6 here, and... yeah, lovely. So, of course, I am not aiming my shots, especially on the E6. I did not aim my shot, but we are just going to make our way forward very, very slowly and see if we can get any nice shots in. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't think we're going to. Because the Yo's going to kill him, and then there is also the T-57 here. And, well, what do I go and kill? What do I kill? The VK is trying to... oh my god. So yeah, best tank in the game, guys. Best tank in the game. Definitely did not deserve to be called the worst tank in tier 10. And how is this bloody tank not dead yet? There we go. So yeah, this is by far the worst tank in tier 10. It always has been. And yeah, the Waffen is like one of the... poorest camera values in the game. The Jaegeroo is also probably one of the poorest camera values in the game. And, well, that just enforces my opinion that, well, this is the worst. Like, 2% concealment while firing in a bush, and you get spotted across the other side of the map by a bat chat. Like, it doesn't make sense to me why this was not called the worst tank. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. So, I mean, if you can prove me wrong, prove me otherwise, and yeah, do so, because I want proof that this is a tank not to be called the worst. And, well, the Waffen exists. It does 1.7k damage. It actually has reticle calibration, so you'll be able to actually get shots off. And then you have the Jaegeroo. It has tungsten. It actually has a more accurate gun at 0.289 dispersion or something like that. And it's just... this is just the worst tank, in my opinion, in tier 10, and there is no doubt about it. So why the hell do I still play it? But yeah, that is basically it from me and the 183. So do leave a comment down below what your opinions on the 183 are. Do you think that all three of us are wrong, or do you think that one or two of us are wrong instead? And, well, that is basically it. Do subscribe and like to the channel as well, and that is basically it from me. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.